The tree felt it first in the air, a thin cold that did not belong yet. Leaves were still green, still holding, but the light arrived later each day, and warmth left sooner. The tree kept its branches open as before. Then one leaf loosened. The branch did not resist. The season had already moved. The tree stood beside a quiet path, rooted in soil that warmed quickly in summer and cooled just as fast in fall. Months earlier, it had taken in light and held it. Growth had filled its crown. It had looked complete. Now the season began to pull back. Mornings arrived damp with fog. By noon the sun appeared, but thinner. Wind moved through branches and found gaps it had not before. The tree felt the difference through bark and fiber. Not alarm. Awareness. Change did not come all at once. One leaf dulled along the edge. One vein darkened. The tree did not rush to preserve them. It did not argue with the shift. A dry week followed. The ground tightened. Holding everything became costly. Each leaf required water. Each promise demanded supply. The tree stayed upright. But it began releasing, leaf by leaf. No display. No hesitation. The path below gathered color. The crown thinned. Above it, the sky widened. A late storm crossed the field sharp and unsettled. Wind pushed hard, pulling at the tree as if testing its readiness. Leaves tore loose and spun across the path. Some split before landing. The tree swayed. Then steadied. It could have tightened its hold. It could have treated each leaf as proof of what had been. But the storm did not recognize proof. Cold did not negotiate. Strain traveled through the branch before each release. When a leaf fell, the pressure stopped. The difference was immediate. After the storm, light returned briefly. It touched the remaining leaves as if they still mattered. The tree did not pretend the season had reversed. It used what arrived without expectation. Night came early. Frost crept up from the ground, stiffening what lingered too long. Leaves that stayed became rigid. They stopped moving with wind. They became weight. The tree responded slowly. Grip loosened. More leaves fell. Gaps appeared. The shape changed. The tree did not look impressive now. It looked accurate. Energy drew inward. Spending stopped where return was unlikely. What remained was protected as the outer form simplified. Winter arrived without announcement. One morning, air stood still and the ground hardened. The last few leaves trembled once, then dropped. The tree stood bare. Not emptied. Reduced. Snow came later. It gathered on branches that could now hold it. Wind passed through open space and caused less strain. Balance returned. Weeks moved by without visible change. The path stayed quiet. The sky stayed pale. The tree remained. When light shifted again, it did not rush. It waited through false warmth. Then, when cold truly stepped back, small buds formed where leaves had once held. Nothing was reclaimed. Space was used. By the time green returned, the tree had not opposed the season. It had moved with it. What could not stay was released. What mattered was kept inward and intact. The tree did not treat change as damage. It treated it as instruction. When the cycle turned again, the tree did not need to recover. It was already positioned to continue.